Alright guys, we're done with 4 segments of the build on this twin stick. I'm sorry I drug it out so long, but I just can't figure out a way to do it any quicker and show you what I've been showing you. So now that we've kind of got the gist of the covering and some of the techniques and stuff, I'm not going to actually film the whole thing all the way through. I'm just going to come back in at some later points, and I'm going to go ahead and finish up the fuselage and stuff, and it's all basically the same as what I've been showing you. So we'll kind of skip past a lot of that, and we'll come back in at some of the tail end of it there, a little bit of covering, and then we'll go on to the build section of it. But I try not to stretch them out so long if I can keep from it. But anyway, hopefully that helps some of you guys out on covering tips. What little I know, I'm not real good at it, but I'm getting by, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm really having a good time taking these planes and turning them into something new and different. It's really fun. I think you enjoy doing it. So I plan on buying some more later and stripping them down and doing the same thing. So kind of a neat idea. But anyway, we'll move on, covering some more. I won't show you all that, but then we'll move on to the building. So I did want to show you one thing. I got my tires and wheels in. I think they're going to look pretty sharp on here. They're polished aluminum hubs. They do have inserts, plastic inserts that go inside the hub for the axle, and found a place where I can order brass inserts, so I probably will. But anyway, it's kind of a meaty looking tire, real lightweight. They don't weigh hardly anything, but sharp looking aluminum hubs. And I've ordered a tail wheel with aluminum hub to match, a 1-inch. These are 3.75. This plane kind of resembles an old twin engine bomber type plane, so I went with these kind of meaty looking plump tires, so I think it'll look pretty cool on there. Okay, getting ready to cover the ailerons to match the wing. And I went in, I remember I wrote down my measurements in a book where they were. Of course I could see them on the aileron, so I put a little black mark right there in the center, and that way I can measure to the wing, and I slotted my hinges through the covering. And I actually only put 2 in here, 1 on each end, because all I want this on here for right now is just to get this angle. So what we're going to do is we got that hinged in place with the right amount of spacing between each side, and what I'll do is just lay a ruler across here like that, and mark my line where the green and orange go, and see if I can do that without moving this. Kind of hard to do one-handed, but all I need is just a little mark across there, and then I will overlap the same orange and green right here, and then of course there's going to be a purple pinstripe across this. But that's how you mark that. The bottom, it's all one color, so, and I'm probably going to do the aileron black since I'm getting real low on silver. So anyway, it won't be as critical, but that's how you mark your aileron. Alright, we'll move on. Okay, here's one little tip I want to throw in on you. The CA hinges that came with this plane are very thin and cheap. I don't like them at all. I always keep on hand some, I believe they're Great Plains. Let me look. Yeah, Great Plains brand CA hinges. They come in a sheet like this. You have to cut them. You measure 3/4 of an inch this way and 1 inch across this way, so you get 2 rows of them. You'll have to cut them out in little squares, and then after you cut them out in little squares, dog ear the corners like this, and that helps it go into your grooves better. Then you can also take a pencil and mark the center line on these so you know it's halfway in each side, and then of course you put your pin in it. But I just happened to notice this when I was doing covering my aileron. I wanted to point that out to you. If you do buy one of these Lanyard kits, get rid of those CA hinges and buy you some good solid ones. These are like 3 times as heavy as those are, and I think they'll hold up a lot better. Okay, got a little more done. I'm just kind of jump in here every now and then so I don't bore you too bad. Got this side of the wing completely done except for the purple trim on top. My purple will be here tomorrow. But anyway, I don't have the aileron actually hinged in yet, but I just stuck it in there with the hinges to show you what it was going to look like. That's the bottom of it. And here's the top. Got my orange and green lined up. Orange is just slightly over from this, but it doesn't matter because there's going to be a 1/2 inch purple stripe go across that seam right there anyway. But anyway, there's that wing finished. I'll get the other one done, and I got to put the purple on the end out here, of course. But like I said, my purple will be here tomorrow, and I'll try to do some more work tomorrow night and get some more done on it. We're going to go ahead and start covering the other part of the wing and the fuselage today, so I'll probably have most of that done by the time I come back and add some to this. So one other thing I got done, I spent a couple of hours on. I painted the landing gear. It was silver, and I painted it purple to go with all the purple trim. And you can't get fuel-proof paint. It's only available in your basic white, black, red, yellow, and blue colors. So I used a Krylon paint, and then about an hour after I painted the second coat on it, I went out and sprayed clear coat fuel proof over it. And this is what happened. It just bubbled it up like crazy, really bad on this side, and a lot over here too. The inside part, the underneath, it didn't do hardly anything to this leg, or no, this one over here didn't do anything to that. It's just as clean and slick as a whistle, and over here is all bubbled up. So if anybody out there has any tips about this fuel proof paint stuff, apparently the clear coat fuel proof reacted to this, so I'm gonna have to sand all this off and start over. I don't know if I can go ahead and paint it the purple and let it set for 2 or 3 days and really dry and then do it. If anybody knows anything about this, let me know. I'd appreciate it. If this doesn't work, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because I can only get the fuel proof color in certain ones. So alright, we'll move on. One more thing, I did get the main part of the tail finished. This is the base right here that goes into the fuselage. Part of that will be trimmed off. I got my orange trim along the edge of it, and that, of course, the rudder is actually going to be purple, and that orange trim will follow all the way around that. One thing on my stickers I learned, when I ordered these, they were available in a white base or a clear base. I ordered clear because it's an oval shape out here like this. And anyway, what I got, what I didn't realize is when I went to put it on here, it's clear. Everywhere you see white showing through here, it's clear. So it would have been green stripes on this rebel flag, which would have looked ridiculous. So what I had to do is cut this out around the edge of it, and then I had to lay it on a piece of white covering, trim the white covering, iron it on there good, and then put my sticker on that so the white would show through where the rebel flag is. So note to self, if I ever order anything like this again, I have to think about it and get the white base instead of the clear, or at least know that the clear base, the whole sticker is going to be clear, and whatever you put it on, that's what it's going to show through. So note about that. So we'll get the other covering tomorrow and get quite a bit done the next couple of days, and I'll do a little bit of taping, but I'm going to skip most of the rest of the covering. If you have any questions on this, feel free to ask or comment. I'll try to answer them the best I can about this covering stuff. We got started on the nacelle on this. I'll probably have this finished tomorrow night too, and then the fuselage. So we'll see you next round.